Hey guys, hope you're doing well. I'm also doing well. Thanks for being here. Thanks for subscribing, for liking and sharing. Okay, this is the second episode of How I Was Conned. I know you are going to learn something new and avoid making the same mistake that I made. And this is a trick that many cons use, especially on the people who are dealing with M-Pesa, maybe let's say Equity, those money agents. Yeah, so a guy came. Okay, first, like it was 8 in the morning. I got a customer who needed to withdraw large amount of money I didn't have. So he requested to withdraw, I think 20K or 10K, something like that. So, but when I think about it, it's like this guy needed me to increase the float of the M-Pesa because when you withdraw, the float increases, the cash reduces. So after withdrawing, then it took like 2 hours or maybe 1 hour. Another guy came, and this one needed to withdraw 500 Kenyan shillings, but okay, I allowed him to withdraw. After some, like, I think 5 seconds, he told me that he had withdrew the money to a different agent number, and it's kind of, the money has been withdrawn in Garissa or somewhere to that place. Yeah, those northeastern areas. So I asked him to call the customer care and then communicate with them, and then after that they are going to help him get his money back. Then he can withdraw, or maybe, but it will have to take time. So he tried calling the M-Pesa people, but they were not picking. Then at this time, my phone. So the guy withdrew the cash, and then it was he told me that he had withdrew the money to, I think, an M-Pesa agent in Garissa, which was so wrong at that moment, because when you withdraw to a wrong agent number, that money, you have to wait for some time for the money to be refunded. So I asked him to call the customer care, then they are going to refund the money to him. Then after some time, he can come back and withdraw the cash. So he tried calling the customer care, but then after some time, he realized that after calling, he realized that they were not picking his call. So at this moment, my phone, the customer care used to respond to my calls so fast. So I volunteered to help him with my phone. So we called the customer care. Then after that, my intention was, after giving him my phone to communicate with the customer care, he would be directed on what to do, and then wait for until he gets a message that the money has been returned. So he waited. Okay, so I gave him my phone, and then he called the customer care. But after some time, he told me, after like few seconds, he told me that the customer care has said they are going to call him back through his phone. So he gave me back my phone. But after giving me back my phone, I can't remember what happened. So, I remember, but it's not normal, because it took only a few seconds. Then a number called to his Kaduda phone, and then at this moment, this is the number that the Safaricom number 072, and 072, and then the rest are zeros. So I saw the number, it was from Safaricom, but I didn't. So sijui nini what had happened. So because I couldn't understand the things I was doing, because one thing before I put up the M-Pesa shop, I was informed that I should never ever pick a customer's phone. But at this moment, you remember I gave him my phone, and he gave it back to me. So during that process, I can't remember, because from that time, the things that I was doing, they were weird, really weird. So nitawaambia how weird they were, because after his customer care, let me say customer care in quotes, called. So he asked me, they communicated, and then the people on the phone asked him to give me the phone to speak to them. So I was like, okay, while you think about it, I was not supposed to pick the call, because it was, he didn't withdraw the cash was withdraw in a different agent number, not even in the county where I was. So I was not involved in any way. So I was just helping. And in this case, I was not supposed to pick his call or any other thing. So I picked up the call and then I was directed. I remember the guy asking me, we want to transfer the cash from that agent number to yours, and then this what you are going to do. So he gave me the direction, the steps to follow. So he asked me to pick up my M-Pesa phone, the one I was using for the business. So asked me to go to the M-Pesa menu, and then but all this time you can't understand what we are doing. Actually, it's like I was asleep. So he asked me to go to the M-Pesa menu, go to deposit, but I can't remember him asking me to go to. So I can't remember him asking me to go to, to select deposit cash. So, but I can't remember the language he was using, but I remember he was using a very Kiswahili sanifi yenye huwezi elewa, enda sijui kwa M-Pesa menu, sijui finya nini, weka sufuri nini. So, but under deposit, I try to remember about it, it's like he was asking me to press sijui 2 tambili sijui tano, but that's 254 and then 7 and the number. So after that, he asked me the next step. He asked me to it's like I was so confused. When I think about it, it's like I didn't know myself at that time, because I was doing everything he was telling me. So I deposited. He asked me the float I had at that moment. I told him, don't forget the sum. So this is the guy on the phone I'm talking to. So he asked me to put, after I had given him the amount I had on my phone, that is the float. So he asked me to finya mbili tano, whichever, that is 25k and 234 Kenyan shillings. Actually ilibaki only 2 shillings, that's what remained. Then after putting in the pin, he asked me to put the pin. I put the pin. Then even before you could get a message that you do want to deposit this kind of amount, maybe like in that case ningepata, do you want to deposit 25k to the 234 Kenyan shillings to fulani and fulani. So then you decide to say yes or no if maybe you entered the wrong number. But this time there were no IDs needed like in this, like today when you want to deposit the cash. So I deposited everything. I had only 2 shillings remained, and then so after putting, so he asked me to switch off the phone, of which I switched off the phone even before I got the message ile ya confirm kama I want to deposit this kind of amount. Don't forget this time, all this time is like I'm asleep or something, because how can someone ask you to switch off your phone na una switch off and all that? Then the person, the customer who had asked me to sijui mwenye alikuja akasema like he had withdrawn 500 Kenya shillings to a different phone number, and ndiye natumia simu yake. He vanished. I saw him go, like I can't remember, it's like I was asleep, but I didn't ask him where are you going, all that. So but the one on phone and keep busy, and then he's tried to make sure that I don't follow the other one, because these people are together. So after some time, by the time so after switching off the phone, that's when I realized, oh my God, I've been conned. Oh, actually, what am I doing with this phone? Why am I speaking to someone I don't know? This phone belongs to a customer. I have seen the customer just go to the other side. Where is he and all that? By the time nafungua mlango kwenda kumtafuta, alikuwa shaenda. That's when I realized that this guy walikuwa wawili na walikuwa na pikipiki, ilikuwa imepakiwa somewhere there. And the moment nilimpatia simu yangu, that's when he went to his colleague and they communicated, and then I don't know what they did. But that time after kunipatia simu, it's like I lost my memory or something. I was doing everything they were telling me to do, and then hii ni kitu nilikuwa nishakataza. So and then you see ile time nilichukua simu yao, bado I'm following the instructions. I'm asked you to deposit the cash. I deposit everything on my float, and then I put my pin. I switch off the phone, just like if I refuse to switch off the phone, actually ningepata message that unajaribu kudeposit this kind of money to someone and to nipate jina. But at this moment I switched off the phone. I was doing like everything they were telling me to do, and then after that, you know, nimebaki na ile simu yao yenye nilikuwa naongea naye, so I try to follow up. Naenda namba going to CID. I was told that this phone they can't I'm even not supposed to remain with it. Why? Because labda waliwa mtu somewhere, and then if I remain with the phone na tena ikuje ianze kutrakiwa ama nianze kuitumia, itakuja kujulikana I'm the one, I mean I'm one of the culprits. I mean, how do I say, the ally or something. So I'm one of them in short. So I didn't do that. So okay, I left the phone with the CIDs and trying to follow up. It never worked.
Unfortunately, that's how I was conned. I just hope that no one is going to be conned in the same way, and I hope you've learned something today. So please don't forget to subscribe, share and like. Thank you guys. Bye bye.